Hello to my select audience. Today I didn't really do anything for what I was doing in KaM that you're seeing this. You probably don't even know what I'm talking about. But basically I am, if Ray didn't tell you, I am trying to improve Strangelove's version of Notepad++, the IDE for editing KaM scripts, map scripts of course. And so basically what I did today, I want to show it's real quick, is that I have this. So what do you think I did? So I'm just have a hotkey assigned to this. I have alternate C, but you can change it. That won't happen every time, so if I press it again, it should not happen every time. Yeah, okay, it didn't this time. So I have an error on line 6. Yeah, I have this there, okay, but let me go to this script, and then I have no errors in this script. So basically this used the verifier executable that y'all have, and I just wrote a batch file for it, so it's going to work. And the way I use run just like you normally would, like the instructions said to, by Strangelove script in the Notepad++. So this is the command line, and so what I'm planning to do, and I told Ray about it in Strangelove also, is that we can use a portable version of Notepad++ so that we can give the files directly to the user. They don't have to do 100 things in order to set it up, so that's one advantage. Another advantage is I'm using some plugins, and in the future, should the new versions of Notepad++ become incompatible with them, then that won't be an issue for us. But basically I have two here. Document monitor, you have to, which it might, if I just give the files to you like this, it might already be enabled, but this just allows us to pop up automatically. It auto updates all the files in view, so that's why this popped up right away. And this is called other view, so that's how I separated these two windows. I'm learning about Notepad++. I kind of didn't know that until today. So that's one plugin. Another one is quick text. I'll get to that in the next video. It's basically code snippets. So I can show one example here, I guess. Let me see. I'm not going to use the interface. We are not going to use the interface when we make this with code. We're not going to do that because it's a terrible user interface. But let me just go to settings and give group actions.give group. So if I have, is this language? Yeah, this is. So if I type in actions.give group and I don't type it all the way, if I just click on this, that's going to come up. So this is going to be this is comments that y'all had to explain what the function is, and if you had comments for the parameters, they're there, and also it says what it returns if there's comments about that. So all those comments are removed from the autocomplete. So if I go to actions that give group again, and I just go all the way to the parentheses, yeah, you can't, let me move the win. Yeah, you can't really see it, it goes off, but it literally is just the parameters, and it'll just tell you this. And Ray asked me if I have the A covered. Yeah, I do. I have them all covered. So it's just going to show this instead. However you type it's going to show, because it's not case sensitive. So if I have A group and so forth. But anyway, about this part though, this is what the main part of the video is about. This is the command line you're going to put in run, which I have it saved as a hotkey, so maybe I won't even have to do it. But currently right now I'm using just the non-portable version of Notepad++, but it'll work in the portable one as well. But I have 3 files here, as well as a script validator. This is what I'm talking about, the verifier. That's what I meant earlier. So I have these 4 files that I'm going to insert inside of the Notepad++ main folder, whether it's the portable, well, it's going to be the portable. And so this is a batch file, I guess y'all know that. This here, if I go to view the code, let me go to normal so we can read it. This is all it is. It's just it's delete the first 7 lines, because that just tells you that's the script validator, which I'm not trying to steal it, obviously. It's just that we want the first line to probably be errors, or in this case, if we want to see no errors, let me just go back and run it here. It says no errors. Let me go back here. It says these are the errors, right? So we only want to see this. We don't want to see the other stuff because it's just bulky text. But so anyway, just let me know what you think. And yeah, this is how the highlight color I have. I'll talk about this in the next video, where I talk about the custom user-defined language I have. That's what this is. This is not Pascal. I went to Pascal's file where they have where all the language files are, where the keywords are, and I grabbed all those keywords for Pascal. And in addition, I added stuff from KaM into it so that it will color things in KaM the same as well. So like here, I put a space earlier when I was doing the convention, but this is how it should look. There should be no space, and if so, then it's going to be this color. So everything from the standard version to this one, it has a different color, but there are a few more things that have a different color. And I can just say right now that I have the functions collapsed. Let me just say that real quick. I guess I can talk about it. Why not? So I have alternate F to collapse them one at a time. That is, you can toggle them all with alternate 0, I think. Let me see, alternate 0? Yeah, alternate 0 is going to collapse all the functions. And let me zoom out some so you can see that these are all functions. I think this is very useful to be able to collapse just the functions and the procedures, but nothing else. And then you can uncollapse them one at a time just with the shortcut key, which I guess y'all know about. If you just go to settings and then shortcut mapper, you can find them in there. And I'll make a video about that, just in case, to save y'all a headache from looking where everything is. But then I have alternate D to expand one function at a time, because people usually just apply this expanding and collapsing to the begin and ends. But how I did that was I have a special end here with these two forward slashes that it's going to recognize as one character. So it's going to look at that as the closing and procedure or function as the beginning, where the case does not matter. So I can have that, and it's okay. Alternate shift 0 is going to expand them all. That's how I have it, or how it is. I think it's like that by default. And if I just erase this line and let me press alternate C, and I don't have it save upon compiling supposedly, so I need to save it first. Can't just compile and it'll work. So now the next error is at line 1300, so you can see it works. But anyway, that's all I really have to say, except for that. Let me just go to the language, user-defined language. This is really a special note that's not obvious. And I'll explain how I did all this to show you that it's accurate, and how I actually used Microsoft Excel to do different things to do this. So I didn't do this by hand, per se. But I have prefix mode for TKM types. That means that if I were, and I even have TKM by itself, which is not even a TKM type. But that means that if someone were to type in TKM and they want the color of the type, the font, to be the same color as the TKM types in general, if they type in anything after TKM, you know, if it was like this, it will still be that color. That's why I have it like that, so that people make a new type and it's just a slight modification of a TKM type, where it has one more property than, or a different property than a TKM type, then it's going to be that color. So that's one of the things that I wanted to see what y'all thought about that. But this, of course, is just one color scheme, so we can have as many as we want and change the boldness or whatever of each of the fonts. But currently right now I have everything in bold except for comments. I've seen in Thimbo's IDE that he has the comments italicized by default. I don't know if you can change that, but I write a lot of comments and that just hurts my eyes, so I don't have mine italicized, and I will not personally have mine italicized. Anyway, that's it for now. The next video will go into detail about how I did this. If you like what you see, and this can be changed too. This is set to none. This is a different language, so I have it in different font, but it's all one font with the same color background. Of course, you can't change that.